Welcome to our next Canvas building tutorial. You'll notice that I'm actually not in Canvas, I'm in my Google Drive, and that's because in this video I'm going to show you how well Canvas and Google Drive can play together. So maybe you're one of those people that lives in the cloud and you have everything that you need already loaded in your Google Drive, and that's kind of where all your files are. The great news is Canvas can allow you to incorporate those files into your course, so you can link your students over to those documents, no problem. Now, the only thing that's a little weird with this is now when you're dealing with Canvas and you're dealing with Google Drive, there are several levels of privacy that you have to deal with. So first of all, you have to make sure the students are allowed to see the Google Doc that you have. So once you make your Google Doc, you have to make sure your sharing options are appropriate so their students can access it, edit it, whatever you need them to be able to do. So I'm going to navigate here to some document. So I'm going to grab this bell ringer. Now this bell ringer has been created in Google Drive. Now don't judge me, this is not a bell ringer I actually gave to kids. I just made it for these purposes. Don't judge with these questions if you're a math teacher. Now, right now, this document is private only to me. I'm the only person in the world that can see this document. So I'm going to hit my share button in the top right. I'm going to go to the advanced options, and I'm going to change this where it says I'm the only one that can access it. And I would like, let's say, anybody with the link. I'm going to select this, and I want, let's say I want the students to be able to look at it, but I don't want them all to be able to type into it. If I say can edit, then they're all going to be typing into my document at the same time. So I'm going to say they can view it for this purpose. So anyone with a link can view it. I'll save that and done. Now what that means is I've told Google to allow the students to see this file. Now once I've done that, now I'm going to transition worlds. I'm going to move back over to Canvas world. Now that that file exists and that file says that students can look at it, now I want to incorporate that file into my Canvas class. So does it belong in Unit 1? Does it belong in Unit 2? Let's say it's going to go in Unit 1. I'm going to go over here to my plus button, and I want to add something. You're going to press that plus button so many times when you're making this course. If you want a Google document, your option that you're going to pick here is all the way down at the bottom, and you're going to pick an external tool. Now, I've been talking about Google Drive this whole time. Canvas actually plays really well with lots of different external tools. So you could deal with Dropbox, you could deal with Khan Academy, you could import things from all sorts of places. But for this example, let's say Google Drive. Now, at this moment, if you've never done this, you may get some pop-up that ask permission. Does Canvas have permission to look at your Google Drive? Say yes. It might ask you for your email address. That's fine. I'm going to go navigate to find that file. There he is. I will select him. I'll hit submit. And that takes me back to this window. It's populated the URL. It has a link for it. And I will now add that to my class. Now, there he is. What's moderately frustrating or will make you want to punch somebody in the face is the fact that sometimes these things show up as non-published. So here's the secondary layer of privacy that we've got. Google says the students can see that file, but at this moment, Canvas says the students can't see this link to that file because it's not published. So you have to kind of get everything lined up. Now, just to prove it to you, if I were to go here to settings, and I were to say, I want to see what a student would see when he looks at this page, you'll notice that that link to the Google Doc does not show up to the kids, and that's because that has not been published. So always make sure that when you add something, you take a look at your published options. Now that link is visible, and that link will link them to a document that is visible. So you got a lot of visibility concerns. But when they do that, and they click on it, it'll actually pop up with a auto preview. There it is. Now, if you're a Google Doc user, you may want the students to actually end up with their own copy of this, because what they're doing right now is they're looking at your original copy. So just like you're going to the copy machine and you want to make a copy for them to write on themselves instead of writing on your original, they could, when they open this, say file, make a copy, that would create a brand new copy that belongs to them, that lives in their Google Drive, and then they can edit it or do whatever they want to with it. And that's an option you can have the students do. Now, that's the basics of linking your Google Doc to your Canvas course. I'm going to show you a little more advanced option. If you're happy with that, hit stop and stop listening to me now. But if you would like to, there's a way that you could have the students, when they open it, automatically get a fresh copy that belongs to them without them having to do anything. So I'll show you a little more advanced option. Now, what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to hop over to Google Drive. I'm going to open that file again. When I hit my share button, I'm going to say here, just go ahead and give me that link. And that link is already copied to my clipboard. Now, I'm going to actually import it in a slightly different way. So again, I'm going to hit my plus button. This time, instead of saying the external tool, I'm going to say I want an external URL. That URL that I want, I just copied it from Google Drive, so I'm going to paste it here. Now here's something that's moderately interesting. You could do a little editing of a URL. This URL has the word edit in it. If you take just that word edit and switch it to copy, then that will force the students, the moment they open it, to get their own copy without them having to do anything. Now, two weird things. In this, if you're doing it in this way, you have to actually type in the words you want to show up as the link. So you might say, like, they should see my bell ringer. Is bell ringer one word, two words, hyphenated? Well, I don't know. You'll have to give it the link words. And then one other strange thing, this works a lot better for the students in this situation if you say that you would like to load it in a brand new tab. So if you select this option, things go more smoothly for the students. And again, for some reason, it's not published. I need to make sure it's published. Now, this way, when the students click this link, they get this kind of weird middleman page that says, would you like to open in a new window? Yes. And it automatically says, do you want to copy this? And then they make their own copy. And then this way, as soon as they open it, this is a copy that lives in their Google Drive, and they can do whatever they want to it. They can edit it. They can do whatever on their own personal copy. So it's like, that way it's like you going to the copy machine, giving them their own copy, and they don't have to do anything to make that happen. It does it automatically for them. It's a little more advanced way. If you would rather, it just cuts out a couple steps for the students. So that's another way to look at it. But the good news is, with Canvas, you can incorporate anything that you've got in Google Drive. You can load it right in there, and the kids can get their hands on it. Have fun with your Google Drive Canvas implementation.